All right. Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, December 19th. Meets the Money Honey here, bringing you my take on the markets for today. We are looking at the 15-minute Bitcoin chart. Looks like we've had a nice bounce after the sell-off yesterday. I mean, the markets just took a beat down yesterday after the Fed interest rate decision. I called it. I was not surprised at all that that was happening, for a few different reasons. I think the market maybe construed this like, the Fed sees economic trouble on the horizon, or maybe things weren't as strong as they said they were. But for whatever reason, whether we were overbought or the interpretation was less than favorable, we had a pretty significant sell-off yesterday. In all markets, the futures took a hit. The individual stocks, of course, took a hit. Crypto took a hit, took a little haircut. But we did have a nice bounce overnight. I am thinking that this is going to continue. However, we do have some economic news. We've got jobless claims. 8:30 is going to be significant for the markets. A little bit of volatility there, but I would expect that we're gonna have a little bit of sell-off before this news comes out, and I would think that we're going to continue to move up. That's just my take on things. If you look, we've got this signal here. We had a strong bearish signal, and then a bullish. It's not a strong bullish, but we've bounced. And if you look at, we've got institutional higher high, institutional higher low, institutional higher high. That's what all these little notations mean here. So, it looks to me like we could be filling that gap, so to speak. And if we do that and we come back, up to this, I would say, get over this 200 period moving average, then, it's back on. But I am so bullish on Bitcoin. Nothing has changed as far as my viewpoint. I just am not surprised at all that we had this correction. Now we're looking at the daily chart, and I like to see this wick. So this is where we've got an area of support, and we have basically wicked and bouncing up. And so we're just under this VWAP on the daily. Our price targets are still intact. So I would think that once we get through this economic news at 8:30, we're gonna continue to move up. I'm bullish, so I'm my view has not changed. But let's take a look at the futures. We were up when I looked at it earlier this morning. And the Dow, oh my gosh, yesterday, sheesh, that was rough. Over 1,000 points. That's pretty significant. So it does look like we are having a little bit of a bounce there too. So typically when you see these huge sell-offs, then we go back and we fill that gap. So that's what it looks like to me is happening. All right, let's take a look at some of our major stocks. We haven't opened, so everything's still showing negative. But if we click on the individual stocks, we're getting a little bit of a bounce already. Things are up. Well, Apple's not, huh? What's going on with Apple? Let's take a quick look at that. Eh, a little flat. We're kind of ranging here. So I would look for a break above this level, a break and retest, and then we'll be doing the same, in my opinion. Let's look at the daily just to see. We're still in an uptrend, but yeah, Apple was not exempt from the sell-off yesterday. I want to look at a few that I haven't looked at in a while. Let's look at Coinbase. That looks just like the Bitcoin chart to me. We'll look at a lower time frame. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing the same thing. I know MicroStrategy, when I looked at it earlier, was having a bounce, pretty significant bounce as well. PayPal, this is one that I have been watching. Let's look at the longer time frame here. Yep. See, like all of these charts to me are looking the same. We did fall out. I mean, that was pretty harsh sell-off yesterday. We did fall out of this linear regression. But since we're up a little bit on the market, I think we're going to be doing the same thing on just about all of these stocks. Um, Let me look. Let's see. How's Tesla doing? Tesla had that big sell-off yesterday too. We're getting a little bit of a bounce up already, 1560 pre-market. Let's take a look at Walmart. Some of these consumer just staple stocks. And, that one really didn't get hit as hard as some of these other ones. It was mainly the growth stocks that we saw with the huge the bleeding red candle or the falling knife, so to speak. Um, let's see. Let's look at Nvidia and see how Nvidia is doing. Nvidia is getting a little bit of a bounce, and we're on this daily time frame. I like the way this is setting up. If we hold this support level, then I would be inclined to take a long. We hold the support level and we start seeing a bullish candle. I would not be surprised at all if we get a bullish signal on this because we're kind of stopping at the bottom of this channel on this support level. Let's look at maybe a lower time frame to see if we can kind of get an idea of what's happening. Yeah, see, look at this. Here we go. They sold off yesterday too, but we're above the VWAP, heading towards this 200 period moving average. So that's a good sign. We haven't gotten a signal. We had a test of support, and now we're moving up. See, so that looks awesome. I'm loving that. And we're getting an alert on Bitcoin. Let's see what that particular alert might look like. Oh, it's got to be on my lower time frame. That's what's going on. Moving averages crossing. So no, I'm looking at Nvidia. Haha, sorry about that. Let's look at Bitcoin, see what's going on. All right, and we are above the 200 period on the 5 minute, so that's good news. All right, 15-minute chart. We're looking good there. All right. Yeah, so I think my prediction is that we get through this economic news and everything continues up. So I like what I'm seeing so far. Let's see, let's pick something random. Let's look at Facebook. We haven't looked at that in a while. Yeah, they all pretty much look the same. So my take is that we're probably going to be backfilling this sell-off. Remember, we always revert back to the mean. So I think that's what's going to happen. I don't see any reason whatsoever that we should be panicking. I think the market's got a little spooked. I think it was kind of time for a haircut. We're at the end of the year before the holidays, so people could be taking profit. They didn't want to be in ahead of the news. And then, for whatever reason, things were triggered and down we went. So I am not by any means feeling like, oh crap, it's we're selling off, we're going into a bearish market. I think it's the exact opposite. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. Stay out ahead of the news. Don't get caught in that turbulence. And good luck in the markets today and have a great day. Take care.